Come and watch as I attempt to use watercolor for the first time in nearly a decade. I had the amazing opportunity to make a tribute piece for the Arcane art show happening right now in Gallery Nucleus. I wanted to make a one-of-a-kind piece, so that meant actually working traditionally, even though I've been working digitally for nearly a decade. So I made my sketch digitally and bought myself a light box and went ahead and started inking my piece on watercolor paper, which was insanely nerve-wracking because I felt like I wasn't breathing half the time, holding my breath, trying to make my strokes very precise and clean. I did a lot of research and decided to use the Paul Rubens watercolor pigments because they're the most vibrant that I've seen people use. I originally wanted to use Copics, but they're not considered archival quality and they kind of fade over time, so watercolors was the way to go. Powder's hair was the most difficult to do because I had to do a lot of gouache work. I actually typically work from dark to light, which is not really possible in watercolor, so the gouache really came in handy for that. The brand of gouache I'm using is Himi, and I settled for the non-acrylic version because it's easier to kind of fix your mistakes that way, and they don't dry out as the ones in the pans. Funnily enough, Echo was the easiest part of this entire piece. I have more experience doing darker complexions, so I blew through doing Echo versus the 3 days it took for me to just do powder alone. His hair was also a treat to do. I mean, just wonderful. When I was in the concept phase for this piece, I was having a really hard time of what I wanted to draw because I felt like I was kind of forcing myself to do a more grungier piece. But because I have a lot of love and work in shoujo manga, I decided to make a thing that kind of just nods to that. So this is actually a reference to Arina Tanemoto's work called Full Moon wo Sagashite. I've always admired Arina Tanemoto's watercolor work, and I just kind of wanted to make a little wink wink nod to her. This is the final piece plus its custom frame. I added a lot of gears to kind of just keep that motif going. Super vibrant in person. The camera kind of doesn't do it justice. The show will be on display from May 10th to the 25th, so if you're in the neighborhood of Alhambra, California, take a look. Thank you so much to Gallery Nucleus for the opportunity. Bye guys!